Hi, this is Jim McGuire from McGuire Organics. Today we're going to be making popovers. Popovers are a staple in American cuisine. It's from Yorkshire pudding. Yorkshire pudding is what you do is that you take a roast out of the oven, fully cooked, put it aside, let it rest. With pan drippings, you pour this batter into the pan and put it in the oven. And when it's all cooked, it comes out and it looks like a nice big thing of pudding, like a bread type of thing. Popovers are small rolls that you cook in muffin pans. So what I'm going to do, I have the oven preheated at 400 degrees, and I'm going to pour just a little bit of oil. What I'm using today is avocado oil because of the high smoke point that it has. This way, when I heat up the pans in the oven, the oil will not burn. The smoke point for this oil is 500 degrees, and I have the oven set at 400, so it will not go to the smoke point of the oil. So I'm going to put it in the oven and warm up for a few minutes. While that's working, I'm going to set up the batter. This batter is really easy. Anybody can do it. And this recipe, for some reason, I believe that it's gone lost in the cuisine. Not a lot of people make it anymore. So what I just added is 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm putting a couple teaspoons of salt in it. I'm adding 2 large eggs. 1 full cup of milk, and I need some melted butter. The reason why I'm using the microwave oven, is because I have extremely small amount of butter that I have to melt. So I don't have, if I put it in a small saucepan to heat up, it's just not going to, I'd rather use the microwave just for this purpose for right now than putting a little bit in a pot, in a saucepan. So this is all the what it's done. Now, some people heat up their milk. I don't do that at all. It's not necessary. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add the wet mixture, the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients, and I'm going to whip the batter nice and smooth. You don't want lumps in this batter at all. You want this nice and smooth. So there's no lumps, chunks, or whatever you want to call it. Now I have a pitcher over here that I'm gonna, once this is all mixed together, I'm gonna pour it right into the pitcher. The reason why I'm putting it in the pitcher is because it will be easier to pour in your muffin pan. You can control it a lot easier. I'm gonna leave the whisk in there, so I can just whip it one more time before I pour it. Just put this in the sink. I'm going to wash my hands in case I do have some raw eggs on my hand. Just trying to stay sanitized. Don't want to cross-contaminate anything. Now I think that oil should be nice and at least warm enough to use. So what we'll do is that we'll take this out extremely carefully. Now the reason why I don't want to cook them close together is because they need some room to cook. If you crowded, they will not cook properly. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm now gonna pour the batter in about halfway to 3/4 of the way full, just like that. The oil is nice and hot, so this is going to work pretty well. This recipe yields 8 rolls. So if you want to, whoops, a little too much there. If you want to increase the recipe to 16 to 24, it's pretty easy to do. Just double or triple the recipe. Now it is extremely important to keep this oven door closed. Do not open it. Absolutely don't open it. The heat for the oven will help steam the rolls, which will puff up. The reason why they're called popovers is that it actually pops over the muffin pan. So I'll show that to you in a little bit. So it is extremely important to keep this door closed for the whole entire time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the timer for 25 minutes, and I'm not going to open the oven up until that 25 minutes is up. So I will be back to you in about 10 to 12 minutes to show you how they're looking. If you ever want to see how they're doing, just turn on the oven light and look through the glass. Do not open the door. Okay? I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, it's been about 12 minutes. I know the inside of the oven's a little on the greasy side, so it's a little hard to see. But if you can see that it's actually puffed up over the tin, this is right now as crucial part. Do not open the store. Don't. If you open it right now, check on how it's doing. It will collapse, and it will taste fine, but it's not what you're looking for. It is extremely crucial keep this door closed at all times until it is done. You can, at the end, at 25 to 30 minutes, you can open it up to see if it needs to be browned a little more. But right now, it is so crucial not to touch this oven. So don't touch it at all, okay? And I'll be back in a few minutes to show you the end product, okay? Okay, it is time to open the oven now. Let's see how these came out. Little smoke, but that's okay. See how they're nicely puffed up? And they're over the pan. This is how they're supposed to be. They're gonna stick, they might stick a little bit, so just do it nice and gently. Pop them out. You may want to wait a minute or so for them to cool, but I don't have that time. Let's get a fork to help pop them out. There we go. They're very looking good. Let's see. I'll show the inside of one in a second. This one needs a little time to rest. So, whoops. So what this is all about is actually having a good amount of steam in the oven and having like almost no bread in the center. It should be nice and hollow. Let's take a taste. It's nice and airy, flaky, buttery roll, and this is great with any type of roast or steak that you're having. You can pour gravy on top. You can slap a little butter in it and be very good. Some people actually make this for breakfast and drizzle some honey or maple syrup on top. Haven't tried that yet. I should try that pretty soon. But these are really good. So I will see you next time. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in cooking lessons, online cooking lessons, look at the top of the page. If you're on the website, there's a green bar across the top that says if you want to learn how to cook like a professional chef, start here, click that, click onto that, and get onto the sign up page. And the cooking lessons will be starting in pretty soon. Okay, I will see you later. Bye.